The Joe Rogan Experience.
Jordan, do you remember your first Lego set from when you were a kid?
I got my first set in 1980, and after that, I can safely say that I was pretty much hooked, so to say.
Oh yeah, sometimes one set is all it takes to get hooked on Lego. Which set was it? I mean, knowing you, it must have been one of those classic castle sets, right?
I hadn't discovered that gold mine just yet, Joe. It was the 6364 paramedic unit. That set was really special for me. I would even say that it changed my life as a young man because it made me realize that I wanted to help people when I got older. That's actually why I became a psychologist and began writing self-help books.
Really? That's actually pretty amazing, Jordan. I popped my Lego cherry in the 70s, if you don't mind the expression. My first set was the 3-4-5-3 house with mini wheel car. I believe it featured a small car, a garage, and a white house with an antenna on the roof. Do you remember that one?
I think I know the set, although it's been a while since I looked back that far. I do, however, remember that the trees and bushes in those older sets looked a bit strange. It was almost like they were made by Games Workshop instead of Lego.
Yeah, I know what you mean. They were definitely weird looking. Those mini wheels for the little car were cool, though. That was such a neat little feature back in the day. I believe it was a new concept for Lego at the time as well.
You know, in 1980, same year I got my first set, you could actually buy a pack of trees that looked way more fitting for Lego than the older model looking trees from the 70s. I believe the pack was called 6305 Trees and Flowers. That was actually pretty generous by Lego at the time. I think they made a version with street signs as well, which was cool since the town theme was huge at the time.
Yeah, man, I remember those trees and flower packs. They were so much better than the older ones. They made building those little Lego forests and gardens and stuff way more fun. And man, talk about staying power. I mean, those trees and flowers have been around for decades at this point, which is crazy to think about.
Oh, absolutely. It's incredible how Lego are able to create these pieces that can just stay the same for decades. And speaking of new pieces, I think my second set was the 7820 mail van. I really liked the red color for this set. Really made the mail van stand out. I figured that since I already had a hospital and an ambulance, maybe I could start building a little town of my own, you know.
Yeah, I remember trying that as well. But eventually it kind of just got a bit too expensive for me to get new ones all the time. So my mom kind of put her foot down and said I had to wait for Christmas to get new Lego sets.
Yeah, my mom was like that too when I was a kid. And after I got the mail van, I had to wait a full year until I could get a new set. And that's when I hit the jackpot, Joe.
You finally got a castle set?
Mm-hmm, that's right, baby. I got the 6077 Knights Procession. It was an awesome set for me to get because it started my journey into the rich world of the medieval Lego themes. Although I kind of wish I got the 6075 castle set, but it was too pricey for me at the time. Still, not a bad start. I managed to get that one later, though, when I had saved up a bit.
Yeah, Knight's Procession was a cool little set. It had lots of awesome minifigures, which was a great thing, although it's kind of sad how times have changed on that front. Oh, and the name of the set was pretty mysterious for us at the time. I still don't really know why they named it that instead of something like Knight's Caravan or something along those lines, right?
Yeah, it was a pretty odd name compared to the other sets at the time, but still it was an awesome little set to get me started on this lifelong journey to collect all the sets from the various medieval Lego themes.